What's up, everybody? We had a scare. We dropped the camera. A message came up on the camera screen. It said, turn it off and turn it on again. We turned it off. The message was still on the screen. We turned it on. The message was still on the screen. I think we're back. Today, I would like to do something a little different. The other day, I came across a video of a pianist doing some cool polyrhythms with both hands. Maybe I can find a link to that and put it here, just so you can check him out. Awesome, talented pianist. But it really got me thinking, man, it'd be cool to compose a track for RPGs with some polyrhythms. And then I realized I have no idea how to do that in Reaper. So I set about finding out how to do it, and I thought I'd share that with you today. So let's dive in. All right, so before I show you how, let me show you what I was able to create, at least as a sketch here, for my next composition. So here we go. That's pretty much it. So what we have here is obviously the first couple measures. We're just in straight 4/4, right? 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and then we kick in with this polyrhythm in this third measure here. What we're doing is 6/4. So if you listen close, you can count the 6 in the higher register. Ready? 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Cool. So if I go to a new track and I insert new MIDI item, now we can start programming some MIDI in Reaper. And here's where I was stuck when I was trying to do cool polyrhythms before. So over here you see the grid, and it's conveniently set up for you to do really common times, right? Not that 1/128 is common, but certainly having this on eighth notes, right? So the grid's set to eighth notes. Let me put my click on so you can judge that for yourself. Yeah, so it's set to eighth notes, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Or we can set it to sixteenths, right? 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, which is cool. But what if we wanted to do something kind of crazy, but we don't want to change, and here's the key, we don't want to change the time signature down here. We still want to have 4 beats per measure, but we want to do something cool, right? We want to do some subdivision of that beat that is not just multiples of 2, right? So in the piece I showed you, I did 6 here. The way that you can do that is to actually just type in this box, and this is what I didn't know going in. You can just type 1/6 here, right? And then it changes your subdivisions, right? Now it turns out that there's another way to get 1/6, which is to change it to quarters and then go to triplet, or we can put that back straight and do 1/6, right? But you can't use any of these guys to get maybe something crazier like 1/7, right? So 1/7 is really interesting and kind of hectic, but maybe what we can do is dial in some MIDI just to hear the click against that, pulse and see what that sounds like. All right, so here's what this sounds like. Pay attention to the way that the 7 plays on the click, right? 2, 3, 4. Wild. Little hard to write with 7/4, but maybe not. Let's figure out what we can do here. So what's cool now is if I want to, on the same MIDI, because this is kind of like how I like to sketch, especially with a piano sound, and especially not being able to play piano, we can now change this back to maybe just eighths, and the MIDI that we already entered that was in that 1/7 feel, it stays the same, right? So now we can go ahead and write something that's in eighths over 7 if we want. But let's actually set it to quarters and see if we can come up with something that even sounds pleasing. I'm going to move this up. Not really. I found playing around with polys, I don't typically write in polymeters or polyrhythms, but I found 6/4 was really pleasing, which is how we ended up with that original riff. It kind of just has a cool feel to it. It's almost like the 6 floats over the 4. I really like it, and I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it helps spark some interest for you, maybe spark some creativity so that you can start writing in some really cool polyrhythms. I'd love to hear what you come up with. If you come up with a cool track, cool polyrhythm track, or if you're a big fan of Meshuggah and you want to link me a Meshuggah track, please send it my way, shoot it in the comments. I'd love to take a listen. Thanks.